Do it, huh? We're back to brawling this morning. This is a viewer submission for Sarkhan the Fireblood, who's quite a sweet one to always have on 3. So one of the things you often want to be doing in this format is having some form of acceleration. So having our commander be a guaranteed form of acceleration on 3 seems quite potent. And this just doesn't give 1 extra mana, it gives 2, right? So playing Sarkhan on 3 means that on 4 we can play things like Glorybringer and Goldspan, Demanding Dragon. Means we can have Inferno of the Stars, Dragon Queen, Red Dragon, all these 5 and 6 mana dragons come down on the 4th turn of the game after you play Sarkhan. And should we have one of our variety of 2 mana accelerants on 2, we could even play a 7-drop on turn 4 with Sarkhan Blood, which is sweet. We got a plethora of different cheap interaction to help us stay alive in the early game so we can get to our big fatties in the late game. Let's dive on into some games here with this one and see how it goes. Daniel Rager, thanks for the 21 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Leluke, thanks for the 11 months. So, the Brawl queue is back permanently, assuming people play it. Is the asterisk there. So this is tentatively a permanent queue if there's enough activity for it to be a good experience. Rhino, thank you for the 29 months. Welcome back. Here's to waking up and not feeling like you're in a cubicle for the first 3 hours. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some more full arena days like this for sure. Yeah, sounds great, right? Yeah, turn 2 Accelerant and then turn 3 Sarkhan. You ever play Ashiok Dreamrender? Are we getting milled, chat? I think we're about to get milled. Crab on 1's pretty good. We do have 99 cards to start at least. I think I'm supposed to murder the crab. $99 cards in deck, crab on 1. Yep, basically. Hey, Rain Tangy, thank you for the 38 months. Welcome back. Dropping off some monthly Beza bucks. Excited for Brawl content. I'll catch it on the YouTubes later. I am not going to get to Ganti today. I'm planning to do this Sarkhan deck as well as Zakama today. But Ganti's definitely on my list to get back to. That one was sweet last time we played it for sure. Morning, decent.
No sword can pierce my scales.
Okay, so definitely just rummaging here. I think we're bidding one of these pieces of artifact mana.
I need this.
Yeah, you could find things up on the Untapped profile. You can type ! deck in chat while I'm playing. There's also things that went reasonably end up on the YouTube channel as always. And there's deck lists plus links in the video description there.
Are you ready?
We queued up Momir right as it was ending yesterday. The Moto League ended earlier than anticipated, and the Brawl queue wasn't up yet, so we just did that to like kill half an hour. And it was kind of funny, so we put it on YouTube. Destroy all walls your opponent controls. They control the walls, deals 2 damage to each creature without flying that player controls. All right, I'm going to try the Volcanic Dragon here, I think.
I summon you.
Try and get these hasty Dorkos in. It did end up being peak content. The Momir had some funnies for sure. Alt the Sarkhan, maybe? Let's send both of these this way, I think. I think there's a good chance they have a removal spell here. Really? Okay. We take those. Is that a misclick, or do they mean to leave that in the bin? Not a misclick. Got it. $66 cards in deck. Maybe we just killed our Planeswalker, right? Creature lands are great. Give to Chick Siege Dragon.
Told me I should do this.
It's a pretty good one. Gilded, thanks for 19 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. I just do this and recast it, right? Sure. Now I just do this. Because they're tapped off of blue.
Every exploit ripples through time. Truth lies beyond vision.
Beyond vision. Speaking of Gonti, pretty good. $61 cards in deck here. The person who submitted this knew I was cutting this card. Or knew I was going to do it, but I actually cut... There was an 8-mana Ugin in here originally, and I cut it for this. I want to keep both the dragons I have in my hand. Just gonna pick this up and pass. What's going on, Braveheart? Thanks for the 21 months. Welcome back. Ever existed. Free Mind Stone, busted. Then I killed my Dragon Kid? I think if they do that, we probably down tick Ugin, kill their Gonti, smash their Ugin next turn. Oh, this was our Mind Stone. Got it. It's like, wait, where'd our card go? Owner, Jeff Hoogland.
Be gone, interloper.
These damn interlopers, chat. Which means I can't use the Dragonkin this turn, but I think that's fine. I'd rather plus Ugin to draw a card than use the Dragonkin, I think.
This is not my first enemy. Ether itself serves me.
I'm gonna jam this here too. They already used Blood on the Snow, and there aren't that many black kill everything cards. A lot of the black cards like miss some amount of this board. Need like Languish here. Yeah, probably Seth. It's the closest thing to Mishra's Bauble you're gonna get. I think that's probably a pretty good innovation. I haven't seen anybody talk about that. You can't F with Ugin, chat. He's ineffable.
This experience still proved useful.
No, phasing a token basically makes it like it doesn't exist. So tokens can phase in and phase out. Activate this. 5/5. Because remember, these two dragons make this cheaper. Now, even if they have a Languish, we get to keep a 5/5 and our Faceless Haven left over, as well as this Guardian Idol. Feeling like we're in a pretty good spot here. Yeah, Languish would also draw us 3 cards. Ritual Soot would leave us with Verdict, so would Shadow's Verdict. Sweet. Yeah, there be dragons. I'm glad that game is over now, because it was really starting to drag on a little bit. Probably one of the longer games I've played, right? It was like a over 10-minute game. Brawl's pretty quick on average. Opponent's playing Judith, so double deal 3 in the opener is probably decent here. I'm gonna keep this. Tutti frutti. Oh, Judith. It's not the lightning bolt I wanted for Christmas. We're going to murder the white this turn, I think, to start. If they want to pay to pump this up, that's a win for us. Bottom of land here, I think. Hey, look, a distraction planeswalker.
Ooh, I don't doubt my methods. They are coming.
We could wait a turn to kick this, but I think I like just doing this plus a Dragon's Fire / Trickery this turn, and then we have Chandra next turn and the game's probably over. Put more lands in your aggro decks, chat. I'm telling you, you lose way more games like this opponent just lost not having lands than you'll lose to flooding. Your general gives you some flood insurance in aggressive decks. They're gonna need to kill your general, or you're gonna take over the game. If people use the Q, it is a permanent Q. The Q will be moving the spot where you go to click on it when the next patch comes. So this event for it in the middle of the screen will be going away with the next patch, and we'll get a Playblade place to click on it. Gonna head to the Space Jam here. Goldfish or Scryfall, both smart commander decks just fine. Sedge. This deck is playing enough lands. Got a lot of mana in it, in fact. Feels Magic the Gathering, man. I mean, they're also missing land drops. Alright, now I'm gonna concede because I'm bored. Rather than discard the hand size for another turn. Sorry, opponent. I wanted to play Magic with you. The shuffler decided we were not allowed to. I have no idea what this Magic card is. Let's learn together. Free mulligan looking for lands. Dire Hunt. Number one or more creatures you control fight or become blocked, draw a card. Being a combat on your turn, you may pay 3. If you do, double target creature's power, it must be blocked. Neat. That sounds fine. I believe this counts as green-red, right? Because there's a red thing in the casting in the text box. That's how Commander works, right? It's not just the color in the corner; it's the color in the text box. This is where the magic happens.
What madness!
to kill some other stuff at least. This can't cast this because it's technically not a dragon. Oh, I guess this is hexproof. I should just soul sear this on my turn. And I concede when they have a combat trick to blow me out. I lied actually, looking at the number of lands in this deck. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 to 2 more here. I thought we were at 40, and we're not. We have 3 spell lands. Yeah, we're only at 37. Draconic Intervention's probably a little hard to enable consistently. Got the Tybalt Trickery is probably just too cute. Woo. I should probably join the draft, and drop, because it's free and it's going to be disappearing at some point, right? That's fine. We're going to hold on to Faithless Looting until the mid to late game, until we know what kind of cards we want to get rid of. We don't just want to play it out willy-nilly. And honestly, I might just turn it into a different card here now. Let's do that, in fact. This is about to be a heck of a turn here. So we get to kill that and play a Demanding Dragon.
Look to the skies.
3 spells are busted, chat. Yeah, this card, I'm a little surprised this card hasn't seen more play in Standard 22. Wonder if we'll see more of it in the fall. I'm gonna go ahead and filter through Ironcrag Feet here.
I'll show you unhinged.
Most of our things that cost that much more mana, Sarkhan can ramp out. If I did that pre-combat, I could have jammed the gold span, huh? Things to think about. Deal. Got him.
A bold strike.
I'm gonna ditch the bolt here.
I need this.
Yeah, I hope they give us the original arts for all these archive cards on Arena at some point here. That would be nice. Sarkhan's such a sweet engine card, and it's definitely a card that erring on the side of having more lanes in your deck makes a lot of sense. It's one of his +1s is a Rummage. Kirby the Foul. This is a Bant commander, right? Remember, you cast a creature spell, draw a card, and then you put a land onto the battlefield. So you have to growth spiral every time you do a thing. Yeah, seems fine. I have a guaranteed third land, and then we can use guaranteed 3 mana source with the Coldsteel Heart, and then we can use Sarkhan to kind of shift through the rest of it if it's a little awkward. Pretty good start. Just gonna kill their accelerants here, I think. Hey, Logan, thanks for the 14 months and thanks for the tier 3. Welcome back. We have 3 copies of Killer Planeswalker in our hands. Killer Commander in our hands. Wow! Questing Beast. Look at the way they did dirty my boy here. It's rude. Lava Coil's potentially not resource efficient this turn, but using my sorcery speed one up as opposed to my instant speed cards has a lot of appeal to it. Alright, so only 2 cards in their bin. Field of the Dead.
I'll show you unhinged.
See if Dracuset's able to get down next turn. They haven't answered this. We're probably going to be in some trouble here. I guess they could play this turn. The tough part is if they start hitting land drops too, they're going to get Field of the Dead zombies, which pressures my Planeswalker. I will glass half full, no land.
I will call the dragons.
Deals 4, 3, and 3 here. Anger will team up with Dracuset. Am I dead? Block here, 10, 17. Yep. Man, fuck. I block this, and we take 13, 16. Oh, it is trample too, JK. Woof. Yeah, definitely too slow there. And Graph. There's someone after my own heart. It is an amusing commentary, that game. No, I'm wrong, actually. If Forerunners is 8 mana as well. I was going to say Forerunners was worse than Greater Behemoth, but they're actually the same casting cost. For folks asking if we've played any specific things yet, remember everything we play basically ends up on the YouTube channel. So you can always give that a peekaboo to see what we've played and what we haven't.
You will feel the lick of my flames.
Read. I think Ugin this turn feels like they're just holding up a removal spell. That if Ugin dies, I at least draw a card out of it.
Secrets manifest before you.
Wow, no plays there is very good for us. Their Angrath isn't particularly good into our Ugin or our hasty creatures.
Your past is unwritten. I fight with a dragon's ring.
I'll hold this back just for the purpose of blocking haste creatures potentially here. They're red-black, so they could be aggressive. Holy dicks. That was brutal. Woof. Man, why did they hit Planeswalkers, chat? Definitely a good catch-up card. No mustard here.
Please, run. A chase stokes the forge.
You bet I'm passionate about pyromancy.
Rawr. So, even if they deal with this, we've got Bugbear plus Chandra bearing down.
Be a little reckless. What?
Alright, I did that wrong. That's fine. They did the thing wrong on their previous turn, too. That's fine. I haven't done the Bugbear. Everything worked out as planned. Had my opponent not flubbed their Lightning Bolts, attacking with Den of the Bugbear wouldn't have worked there, but they did flub their Lightning Bolts, so we were fine to get in there. You know, honestly, I feel like part of the reason I like this format so much is because the games are pretty snappy, all things considered. Like, the rate of play that you have in this format is pretty quick. There's very, very little, garbage time people keeping you trapped there forever. Well, they did the smash. Do 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 do. You can donate to get a deck guarantee played for a donation. You can also just post your deck list in the Singleton channel on the Discord, and I'm picking through there as I need deck lists. No guarantee that everything in there gets played, but a number of the decks I've picked to play yesterday, and then one of the ones I'm playing today will be in there. Planning to do 1 to 2 Brawl decks a day for the next week, and then probably 1 per day for the foreseeable future. Will there be a Kiki Court option on the next sub-survey? Potentially. We'll see. We'll see where we're at in a month.
Duels are for personal. I was raised by wolves. Though they might have also just been big dogs.
That was an excellent draw. 4/4 flying haste dragons. Crunch.
I'll be back after I've licked my wounds. You'll see.
You'll see. I want to rock. Thank you for the 16 months. Welcome back. Yeah, I agree. The D&D creature lands are just, like, pretty close to perfect. I would still like the Zendikar creature lands at some point, like Shambling Vents and Friends, but it's a lot less pressing of a desire at this point. Am I playing Sarkhan? I think I am.
He told madness. What madness?
What madness? Well, that'll do, pig. Indestructible. Rude.
I know what I'm doing.
So if I play this, I'll have 5/6 still, and I can play Red Dragon. The city hath blessed us, chat. They have fight spells here. They could, like, indestructible this and ship on into my, my dragons. They don't have fight spells. We're in a pretty good spot. Sarkhan's got to take one for the team here. A fight spell that makes it bigger? Nope.
Strike like you mean it.
One hasty dragon, please. Oh gosh, do I take the hasty dragon or do I take the Drakuseth? Sarkhan lets me play the Drakuseth this turn. Yeah, I'm gonna take the 7/7.
Come to me.
Wanted me to not take the 7/7 chat? Come on now. Look at him. Look at his fire. Hot, hot fire. Did I have enough to activate Goldspan and Guardian Idol? Yes. But then I wouldn't have a 7/7. See, chat, my line won the game. Forty Deuce, thanks for the 22 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, Madness cards will be good in this deck. You'll get the new 4-mana Sarkhan as well. The Fiddlebender. Well, I've got 2 cards that say Murder Target Fiddlebender, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. This is Artifact Pod, right? Did I give him a turn with this? I think I'm gonna give him a turn with that and get Lannery Storm going. That's interesting. They have a life gain sub-theme. Let's Fire Prophecy here. Bottom the Sweltering Suns. Get Sarkhan into play. Attack for 5. A little greedy, but I'm going to bottom the land here. I think this is pretty unlikely to go away next turn, and I'm getting a treasure from Lannery Storm anyways. Having early board presence is busted. I feel like, and this doesn't surprise me based on the comments I've seen in chat and other places, I feel like too many people are currently approaching Brawl like they approach like casual multiplayer. And like this format's casual, so casual throw, but like multiplayer EDH in paper, where you can like afford to dick around for a while. And, like, this format is definitely more similar to a regular constructed Magic format in that having early plays and a curve really matters here. If you're just spending your time playing ramp spells on turns 2 and 3, you're probably going to end up behind. You need to be able to interact with your opponent. This might be wrong. For this trade here. I'm gonna do this and try and find a land drop.
I know what I'm doing.
Rats. Man, this card is a dick. You are not the only person that's reported having issues getting into the Discord server. There were people having trouble yesterday, too. Please tag Discord support on Twitter or follow up with them in their other channels. That's not something I have control over. Questing Beast kills my Planeswalker, but it's not really early interaction. I'm gonna concede when they kill my Drakuseth, because I'm stuck on 2 lands. Generally speaking, when you're confused who's the good guy in a Brawl matchup, whoever playing less colors tends to be the good guy. I will say the one sad part about this format being best of 1 is you don't really get to have you don't get to have guaranteed decent matches a lot of the time. One of the things best of 3 does for Magic is, you know, games like that we'd get to play against their deck again and get to mitigate some of that resource variance. So you might actually be better off as a mulligan. Bomat's probably not great against Yorion. We'll see. Hopefully we can get a couple of cards under it before they have too many blockers out. Would have felt better about it if we were on the play. Probably should have mulliganed on the draw. Like, good chance there's like a 2-2 or something coming down here. Yeah. Alright, can we have a deal 3? One of my kill target Grizzly Bear cards, please. Rats. Companions are actually legal in this format. Right on time, Magma Jet. Do I want to cast this? I don't think so. Could be wrong to run this into a counterspell here, though, too. Like so. Yeah, it's probably not worth their time to program, but would you like to play the same person again with they can optionally check yes to start a new game? Wouldn't be a terrible feature. Just because of the variance elements Magic has. This is the first time a Volcanic Dragon's ever been Iron-Cragged feet out. I'd wager that's probably an arena first. me. It's a nice drum.
People say I'm magnificent.
We have successfully rescheduled the next open, by the way. August 29th, 3 days after the next set releases. So if you're interested in playing some Historic with us after Historic Horizons jumps out, or watching the tournament, you can find out more information about that at the MTG Melee link there. I assume they're going to blink this Banishing Light and take my Planeswalker. Yeah, we'll never do a Brawl open. This format doesn't make sense to play in a tournament setting.
Lights out.
The reasons why this format is good are removed when you add a tournament setting to it. Yes, Amazonian will still be co-commentating with me on the 29th. What does that attack means they have a sweeper? Yeah. If I don't trade there, they don't play. If I trade there, they don't play the sweepers. I think it's right to just do what I did. Got me. Wrench. I guess we just pass. No, that was nerd girl silence. Well, I guess we'll take the land for terror. See how good their last card is. Alright, step one wasn't the counter spell. Another removal spell here. So it says double strike, so if they can't take it off the battlefield... Come on. I guess they were just trying to figure out how to cast their spell. Like... I thought we were going to be okay there. They tanked for long enough. They're probably just figuring out how to click on all their modes and what was supposed to be clicking where. You don't accidentally bounce your own thing. You're trying to copy it. So Dragon Kid Berserker is a really good early play against a control deck, but no guaranteed third mana source, I think means I mulligan here. We'll keep this. I'm going to lead on Dragon Horde here rather than running my Planeswalker into a counterspell.
I have practiced against denial, just the trick for this.
Yikes. So, we got a Lightning Strike this one. She shuts off our rummaging otherwise.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
Got Tails End face up here. I'll go ahead and jam this rather than playing into the Tails End with this. I think I'd rather this get countered. If this could filter some of the chaff out of my hand, that would be great. Well, that's just wrong. They, like, used the more generic counterspell that I didn't know about instead of the more narrow one that I did. Seems like a bad decision. So this doubles up their ETBs. So if they get things to Yorion, they're going to get to Yorion lots of them. I'm going to lead on this before the Ugin, because I think the Ugin's the better payoff here. You crazy man, press a pick, tricking people into having fun. Morning, Beansy. We actually aren't in that terrible of a spot here. Casting our general over and over has soaked a lot of resources out of them, he says before he gets counterspelled for the 10th time.
I know more than you could learn in 1,000 lifetimes. Truth lies beyond vision.
So doubling Yorion doesn't do anything, but I'll get to double Solemn again when it comes back into play. So we can go up with this again.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
Attempt to murder this. At least they're only getting 1/1s and lands, I suppose. John Charlie, thank you for the 17 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. The war doesn't seem particularly good here. If we can find a big dragon, this Dragonfire will kill the Yorion eventually. Well, something that's important to remember is that just because a deck can be kind of tedious to play against, like counterspells, doesn't mean it's automatically like a try-hard deck. Like, there's a lot of decks in Magic's history that are like kind of annoying to play against that aren't actually very good. And I don't really have an informed opinion on like what this deck is doing and whether it's good or not, but yeah, do I want to axe the bird here? Probably. Means they can't attack with it this turn. They have infinite mana at this point, though, which is unfortunate. Is the overlay not working? You're the first and only person to mention it, so either it just stopped working or it's only you having the issue. And then we're at this awkward point where killing their Yorion is bad for us, but I also can't just have it in play because of my Planeswalker. So I think we're just dead at this point, right? Feels like we're locked out. Yeah, they had appropriately thinned their deck to the point. Yeah, I mean, Runeterra is pushed to the point that's very modern-esque in that there's some very polarized decks. And not only is things polarized, but the range of play patterns more specifically is really wide. And if you don't enjoy the play patterns of what you're doing, you might as well not play. None of these card games pay out enough to play decks that you aren't having fun with. Well, you know. Apparently the opponent's deck dies to Bonecrusher Giant. We take a mulligan here. This is probably a little bit more aggressive. I guess it could be rampy too. Yeah, Lee Sin's one of the best decks in Runeterra. It's also part of why I stopped playing the game. Not only does Lee Sin still exist, but there's a lot of other decks that are very similar to Lee Sin in that they're difficult to interact with and they combo kill you from high life totals. Their gameplay is very combo-centric. And for people that like that, it's good, but it's just not my cup of tea personally. I like combos to exist. I don't like them to be the headlining thing. Especially when they're difficult to interact with. Well, I don't even really count them as fair decks, right? Yeah, like the fairest decks in Runeterra are like comparable to Kiki Chord, right, Precipic? Where like, yeah, they're like kind of fair most games, but also in order to be competitive, they need to punk people. Do we have a burn spell to finish my Dorko, or do I get a Dargon next turn? Feels like this might be getting blasted. Cool. They have a bolt to go with this. We have like second land Lightning Strike 2 because it's coming to play untap. Shock, sure. So I could... A Cronin War doesn't really accomplish anything at this point, right? So I think we just Magda. It's funny too, Danny, because discard effects are actually less powerful in Runeterra than they are in Magic. Because in Runeterra you draw twice as many cards. Okay, so now... Oh, that's a removal spell. I think we just a Cronin War here. The Tectonic Giant, because it'll let me draw a card with this next turn. And it lets me attack it with Magna to ramp this turn. Chewy, thank you for the follow. If you're still here, welcome to the channel this morning. You can activate my trap card opponent. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The old trade 1 mana for 9 mana tempo swing. You know, honestly, be here to smash. Puts them to 10, makes us lethal in the air next turn if they can't deal with it. Do they have that beats terror here? As cool as Professor Bear is, we have a dragon. There are dragons here. Crunch, 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 crunch. Alright, we're gonna play one or two more decent games with this, and I think we're gonna shift gears to some Zakama for the next little bit. Ooh, they have Baldrotha and Gigan. So this is their commander, this is their companion. Zakama Primal Mama. Isn't Red Dragon just better than Volcanic Dragon? I'm going to give you a 10-minute break to go read the deck list on Untapped. Teamer Sabertooth legal in Historic? It is not, I don't believe. That's a Cotton Torqueer card, I believe. Nice, Kennex. The trickle-down economy in action. Well, that's sad. They're obviously DC'd. So let's move along. The easy way to get to deck lists on phone. You type exclamation point deck in chat to get a link to the deck on the Untapped page. I don't know if I saw Liliana come across my Twitter timeline. I spent most of last night recording and doing video editing, though, and didn't really dig into Twitter. Borrowin Clan Adur. That's interesting. There can't be nearly enough venture cards for this to be good, right? Hyperfencer, thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. Good morning, good morning. Well, if they don't take the Abrade, we'll break their Arcane Signet here. Well, so I deleted deck list still works. The delete deck list command was me cleaning up the second bot. Because if you looked, the MTG bot was posting a bad link underneath the deck list command.
I don't need this. I need this.
Play more lands, chat. Play more lands. What are you playing that you queued into Brawl with, Lucas? I'm curious. That's not one we used to. I was under the impression that Brawl. Okay, yeah. Tirageard is one of the higher rated commanders, is my understanding. Yeah. Even though it's monocolored because of the types of things it does to people. Yeah. You should post a Moon Lady list. That sounds up my alley. I think we're just killing both of their things here. It could be right to just kill Emery, because I could play this and then kill Emery. This is only powering up one thing at the moment. I'm going to do this, actually, because this way if I draw an untapped land next turn, I can play 6-mana Chandra. Were you able to contact Discord support, Dia Buddy? Because, like, if it wasn't working for you yesterday, it's not going to suddenly start working today. This is as an FYI. You are not the only person that's having issues with that, but I unfortunately can't be a go-between for your tech support with Discord.
No madness. What madness?
Kill this now before they can. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Discord is having issues. But they're also probably not going to solve that issue if people don't tell them that there's a problem. And I can't really help them debug it myself because I'm not having the problem. It's a big one. We're just kicking this.
Might demands power.
King Dragons isn't very smart. Well, they don't, you know, they like when Sarkhan kicks them. It's their king. I could be wrong giving them a turn with Emery here, though. It's for the 3 months. Oh, fuck, that card's cheaper here. Oh, yeah, we're dead. All right, good shit. Enjoy your prison deck. I'm leaving. I'm out. Well, that is what happened, Bubik. If you let your sub lapse for 3 days, it kicks you out. But Discord is having some type of problem with their integration that's not letting people back in. Yes. Emery's cost reduction works with the commander tax. So if you've killed Emery and they have 4 artifacts in play, she still just costs 1. No, all of the commanders in Historic Brawl are terrible and I hate it, and that's why we're playing it for a second day in a row. I mean, if I wasn't a masochist, I wouldn't play Magic the Gathering, chat. Come on now.
I'll show you unhinged.
Here, pre-combat main phase where X is number of shrines you control. Cute. Murder this one. We needed RTX voice for sarcasm. Actually gonna bin the bolt here, keep the burning hands, because it kills their Dorko. Thanks for the 2 months, Zimbald, by the way. I appreciate it. 3 months. Sorry, 2 minutes ago. 3-month resub. And then I'll wager when we kick this dragon, the opponent will bail out. Look at them, chat. Look at their animations. Rawr. We will burn this place to the ground.
I will call the dragons.
Hey, the gang's all here. Don't plan or cleansing me. Alright, just a Kisses. Love this format mostly because we get to see the Timmy side of Jeff. Can't wait to see just Jadzi played to witness Jeff's Johnny side as well. Thanks for 34 months, Hosted. So, stop me if you've heard this in a wrap-up segment before. But this deck felt like it got significantly better once we started playing more lands. Please, chat, for the love of God, put more lands in your deck. I think my new rule is going to be 36 is going to be my bare minimum. And honestly, this deck's not even 36, right? We've got a Treachery and a Shatter Skull and a Kazul. So really, this deck's like a 39 land deck when we count the double cards. 38, I'm going to say, is probably my minimum, actually. You need to be able to cast your spells. The commander gives you built-in flood insurance. Like, yeah. Just play more mana. This is 39. This is 39. These are wins. What if your curve ends at 3? If your curve ends at 3, you should probably still have 39 lands in your deck. I would recommend cutting ramp cards and not playing any of the artifact mana if your curve ends at 3. And the important thing to acknowledge too is, like, saying your curve ends at 3 shows a misunderstanding of how Commander works. Because your curve doesn't end at 3. Your curve ends at probably 5 or 7 after they kill and you replay your commander 1 or 2 times. Your commander, if it's in play, should be winning you the game, which means if they kill it, you want to have mana to be able to recast it consistently. So being able to hit your land drops generates you card advantage because it means you cast your commander more.